Welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla, and I want to say thank you for stopping by to hang out with me today. I hope you're having a blessed day. I'm having a pretty good day so far, just piddling around the house, doing things I need to do, and now I'm able to sit down and crochet and record a video with you guys. And so that's going to help me relax and just enjoy the rest of my day. So this is the Tuesday crochet and chat question and answer thing that I'm doing this month. So if you have a question, feel free to drop it in the comment section below this video, and I will eventually get around to answering it in a video. So that's what I'm doing this month, and I have enjoyed it so much. I enjoy all the questions you guys are giving me, and just the chit chat, and it's been great. It's been great. I really love it. Anyway, guys, I do hope you are having a good day and a good week so far. It's a pretty week here. We're having some great weather, and so we needed that. I hope you're having good weather also. So I've been working on this granny stitch rectangle blanket, and it is started off with three granny squares in the middle. And you can go back and see videos of this, how I started putting it together at the beginning of the month. Feel free to go watch those videos and find out all the deets on this. But right now my blanket is wide enough that I can cover my body. Now, not wrap up in it quite yet, but I can cover my body. And I'm not sure about the length because I haven't stood up and held it up to me. But it's enough, I think, to curl up under a little bit. But hey, we still got some more days in this month. February's not over yet. And I'm going to crochet on this until the end of February. And whatever size it is the size it is. And it's the size for the person who ends up with it. I don't know who's going to end up with this blanket. I don't know the plans for it just yet. It'll be a surprise for me and them. Whatever I decide to do. Might hang on to it a little bit and then wash it and pass it to somebody or something. Who knows? Might end up putting it in one of our sales that we do. If we do a market sale. No, get down. Try to back sassy off up here from the get-go. I want to say thank you to all you guys for jumping in and saying a prayer for Cheryl. I know she's really scared and upset, and so thank you guys for doing that. Y'all are just some awesome friends, and I appreciate you all so much. It is just like having a little group, and I do love that. I just love it. Well, guys, I'm going to jump in and start answering some questions from you all. Y'all have such great questions. I love reading through the questions. And then what I do is I have a little notebook here, and I'll go back and read through them again and jot down little keywords to jog my memory, because I don't want to sit there and write out a whole question, because this is what I'm writing with. Excuse me. I don't want to sit there and write out a whole question when this is what I'm writing with. And also, I can't read the writing half the time anyway. So, jot down some keywords to help me remember. So that's the longest part of this is, well, other than recording. But I have to go back and, make a little note of the questions so that, I can do that. I can't just scroll and look on the computer because I can't crochet and scroll on the computer at the same time. So, yeah. So I just have to jot down some little keywords for myself. But anyway, somebody was asking about my very first crochet project. Like, I learned to crochet making a blanket. And I do have that. I was thinking of frogging it and turning into something else because I didn't quite have enough yarn to make it. And I do have the 2 cakes of yarn that I want to add to that. I can't never find the project and the yarns at the same time. That's an issue a lot of times for me. But I thought about frogging that and changing it into something else. But if I find those 2 things together, the yarn and the blanket, I might add to it and finish it. It's a good size blanket already, but I was going to give it to Big Daddy. And he likes a heavy blanket. I like light. I don't like heavy. And he needs it bigger, longer. It needs to be longer. So anyway, one day I might come across that, and hey, it's going to be a video, so we'll see. And then they also asked what was my favorite project and my least favorite project. Those are hard questions because everything is my favorite at the time that I'm crocheting it. Like, this blanket is my favorite. It's my favorite. Next month's project, which I have no idea what will be my favorite. Anytime I finish an amigurumi, it's my favorite. If the new has to wear off. I don't know. Least favorite? It's probably something I didn't finish that I was like, why am I working on this? I hate it. It's probably, but I can't recall it, so I don't know what it would be. But anyway, well, somebody said they are watching Will, W-I-L-L, Trent on Hulu. I loved season 1 of that, so I'm going to have to go back and, I haven't watched any of season 2 yet. I hadn't watched anything this week because my monitor's out. And so I got to get a new screen for my computer. I explained all that in another video, but my monitor right here that I watch YouTube on and also watch streaming channels on, the HDMI 2 port, I don't know what you call it. It went out, and so I gotta get a new screen. The first port had went out. We switched to the second port, and now the second ports went out, so I have to get a new screen, and so I can't watch anything right now. And it's been a little boring and a little boring. off my routine. Is that what I should say? Yeah, I've been off my routine, the way I do things, and it's just not the same for me. Anyway, I think they went on to say, did they say they were watching Tracker? I was going to say that I started watching Tracker on, I believe, Paramount Plus. And I really like it, although I've only watched the first episode. It comes on Sunday nights. So I have a new one that I could watch, except my screens, won't work. And I unplugged all that and had Zeke to unplug it, clean the port, and all that kind of stuff. And it just needs a new screen. So there's no fixing that one. But anyway, and then they also said that Joe Pickett was canceled. Any show that I like, it's going to get canceled. Any show I don't really care to watch, it's going to go on for 27 seasons. That's the way it always happens with me. When I like something, it's going to get canceled in the first or second season. Always. So I shouldn't even voice things that I like. But anyway, I did like Joe Pickett. I think they could have went with that. Had some more storylines to go with that. That would have been good. And then they said that, I don't know who this is, Harbin Coben. I can't read my writing, okay? They said that those books have been made into movies on Netflix, but I don't know who that is, but I'll have to look that up. So yeah, I told my friend Angela, we watch the same shows and then we discuss them. So I told her that a lot of stuff just started back, like this past week. A lot of new seasons and stuff started. And we went from complaining about we couldn't find nothing to watch to we can't keep up with what we're watching. I told her, make us a list. Make us a list of everything we're watching, what night it comes out on, and what station, you know, channel or streaming channel or whatever we're watching it on. And she's like, why have I got to do it? I said, because I'm crocheting. She's not doing anything. I mean, she works. But other than that, she's just watching TV. So I gave her the assignment of making us a list of what we're watching so we can keep up with it. I know I'm crocheting fast, or I'm trying to anyway, because I'm trying to get my miles in. But anyway, I'm almost around to my end of this round. Somebody asked about Elijah. Okay, first, several people did. So I'm going to combine all of it that I can put all right here that I think about. So somebody was asking about when Elijah comes this weekend. I said we didn't have anywhere for him to sleep. So we, we're going to borrow a little camper just to park in our driveway so he can just sleep out in that camper. The camper is nothing but beds. It's not, it doesn't have a kitchen or a bathroom or anything like that. It's just beds. So he's just going to go out there to sleep. He'll be in our house the rest of the time. And so somebody was asking, why don't he sleep on your couch? I don't have a couch. We don't even have a recliner. So there's that. And then somebody else was saying, why don't he stay with Dakota? He'd probably be more comfortable staying with Dakota. Dakota don't have anywhere for him either to sleep. He doesn't have a bed for him. And guess what? Dakota doesn't have a couch either. He had a futon and he spilt something on it and could not get it cleaned and chunked it. And so he has a big comfy chair. It's not a recliner, but it's just a big, wide, comfy chair. And so he doesn't have a couch either for Elijah to sleep on. And so, with everybody's animal situations, Elijah doesn't need to be at Dakota's anyway because of that. And so, yeah, the camper's the best thing. That's the best situation for us, that we can borrow it for the driveway. I mean, it won't have electricity or nothing. He can run an extension cord out there so he can have some light and plug up his phones and stuff, or tablet or whatever, laptop, and take a lamp or something. He can run an extension cord. It won't be that far from the house. But anyway, let's see. Somebody was asking me about why don't I do homeopathic stuff. I did. I wasn't big time into it, but I did try some stuff one time, and there was some reactions and stuff, and so I really do not play around with stuff. I take a lot of medications. I have very serious health conditions. I know I'm pushing and going and I'm doing my best and trying to pretend like I'm not sick. But I do want to, make you aware that I am very sick. My lab work is very off. My doctor looks at my lab work and she's like, you're just so sick. I'm like, I know. But anyway, and so because of reactions, the medications that I take, I don't want to take anything that's going to clash and cause issues and stuff. And yeah, so I don't, and I appreciate that thought, but, I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm just not in any kind of mental position to be researching and doing all that kind of stuff at this moment. I just, a lot of times I just don't want to think about health stuff. I just want to pretend I'm normal. Hey, I was never normal before any of this started. But I just get so sick of health stuff. I mean, being sick is a full-time job. It is. Being your own advocate is really hard when you're sick and you just don't have the energy. I mean, it drains you physically, emotionally. I mean, it just really does drain you. Financially, every way that it can possibly drain you, it drains you. But yes, physically and emotionally, you know, it just drains you so much. And so I get so tired of just, you know, being the sick person. I don't want to be sick, you know, of course, but here I am. And so I just have to go with the flow right now. Just go with the flow and do what I need to do to get through each day. Like, it's at times, you know, I'm just thinking about, okay, I just got to get through this hour. I just got to get, you know, I got to get through till this evening. But yeah, it's, being sick is a full-time job. And plus, my stuff, like, you know, I have a feeding tube. That is a full-time job in itself. Tending to that. Making sure you got, you know, all your supplies, getting them, you know, organized and ready, having all that stuff. That's a full-time job. Trust me, ordering and keeping up with all your supplies and stuff so you don't run out of stuff. And a lot of times I do because I'm just not on top of it. I just can't do it, really. And then, you know, you got to tend to that feeding tube stoma. Sissy's want me to hold her. I mean, Sassy want me to hold her is what she wants. She's like, hold me, woman. Sassy. Sorry, baby. We snuggled this morning. We already snuggled. And then, okay, so the feeding tube. Oh, tending to that stoma and just trying to keep it healthy skin, changing that drainage and cleaning it and all that kind of stuff, and trying to figure out which barrier to put on it, which ointment to put on it. Does it have yeast? You know, and all that kind of stuff. Ugh, that's draining too. That's a full-time job. It is. So I can definitely see why nurses do get paid, you know, decent salaries. They deserve it. They do. Go, Sassy. Go on. We'll cuddle later. Anyway. All right, so moving on. Somebody asked me, do I get bed sores? Well, I am able to get up, you know, if I feel, Sassy, go. If I feel, you know, like I'm hurting at a spot in my skin and I don't need to lay on it, of course I can move. I feel so bad for people who can't, you know. But I do have a place on my hip. When I lay on my left side, well, I can only lay on my left side. That's the side I sleep on and everything. But I do have a spot, you know, that gets tender. It's not like a sore, but I just kind of wonder, could it turn into one if I didn't? But I'll get up and, you know, kind of massage that area and go on. But I have to get off of it because it starts hurting. Let's see. Oh, Flash. That's all for the name it showed, and that's part of your email. But I wanted to say thank you for the super chat. That was very sweet of you and very unexpected, and I appreciate that. Let's see. Somebody asked, do I listen to audiobooks? I have in the past, but it has to catch me right from the get-go. Like, if it doesn't get my interest, I lose interest and, you know, can't listen. Anything has to get my interest right from the get-go. So it just kind of depends on what it is. Someone was asking, do I take vitamins? I do have some vitamins that I take. Big Daddy buys them and divides them up between us. So yeah, I take some vitamins. And then somebody was asking, about my reflux. First they said I need to sleep in a recliner, but I don't have a recliner. If I did have a recliner, it would be Big Daddy's recliner, because he needs one really bad. But I've been looking on Marketplace, and when I find one, I really don't have a way to get it here, because we don't have a truck. And the car we have is tiny. It's a little Kia Soul. But anyway, that's about the recliner. But about my reflux, I went to Target yesterday evening to get the rest of our prescriptions for this month. And then I asked Miss Candace about it and told her, I wasn't having, I do have reflux, but I wasn't having this severe reflux issue before I started all those meds. And she said, don't you remember I told you that when you take the Protonics, you can't take it close to some other medicine, because the Protonics won't work. This medicine will interfere with that and it won't work. And I was like, oh, you told me so much I couldn't remember. She did. When I picked up all those medications and they had upped my medication, I started some new medications. And when I had picked all that medicine up, she always does a little consult and tells me things, but I can't remember those things when I walk out. And even if I wrote it down, I wouldn't even have that piece of paper by the time I got home. It's just a lot. It's a lot to do and remember, okay? And my brain is just not there. I'm going to be honest. My brain's not what it used to be. I used to could remember everything. But anyway, she did tell me that. But I just, too much for me to process and remember. So that's why the reflux medicine isn't working. I do take 2 of the Protonics a day, but this other medicine that she said I'm taking decreases the potency of that, basically, and it won't work. So there we go. I need to take it at a different time of the day. Except I take all my meds at night. Big Daddy can give it to me once, okay? And then I know the nurse is like, well, can't he get up earlier in the mornings and give you your medicine? But no, because he does enough for me already. That man does so much for me. But this is the deal. He don't feel good. He don't sleep much. He's hurting. He's in pain. He has health issues. He has to tend to his, diabetes. That's a full-time job too. And he has diabetes. So in the mornings, okay, let me just tell you about this man. And he has been like this forever. He sets that alarm clock for snooze. And he'll snooze that thing for an hour to an hour and a half before he ever gets out of the bed. Because he just can't get out of the bed. He's hurting so bad, he just can't get up. But that alarm clock, that snooze, and I'm not a snooze-hitting person. I'm the type of person, when the alarm clock goes off, I turn it off. I might lay there just a second and catch my breath, think about what I need to do, but I get up. And I go on and do whatever it is I need to do, wherever I had the alarm clock set to get up, or whatever. He hit snooze, hit snooze, hit snooze, hit snooze, hit snooze. All for an hour and a half, he'll hit snooze. And this is the thing about his alarm. It's an alarm on his phone. It is a siren, okay? So when his alarm goes off, I never know if I'm running from the po-po or if an ambulance is coming to get me. I'm like, wake up in a shock every time. Like, am I running from the police? Or is the ambulance on their way to get me? I don't know. But it's a siren. And so, yeah, it is an hour of that at least every morning. I usually would just, if I'm in the bed, I'll get on up and come in here. So I'm just not going to lay there and listen to that every 8 minutes or whatever. Ever how, soon it goes off again. I'm just not going to listen to that. So I'll get up and come on in here until he gets up, and then I'll go back to bed if I need to, you know, when he leaves for work or something. But yeah, where was I going? Oh, so when he does get up, he's just got a few minutes to get a shower, jump in his clothes, grab his lunch if he's taking a lunch, which he has been lately. The past 2-3 weeks, he's been taking a lunch to work, and I'm so glad about that. I really got on to him about, you know, just going all day with nothing to eat. And so, and I make sure we do buy things that he could take for lunch. I always have. He just has never taken them. But anyway, he's doing that now. But he just has a few minutes to get out that door, and he has to do his medicine, his shot, all that kind of stuff. So no, I'm not going to put something else on him to do in the mornings before he has to go to work. He barely makes it out the door in time, and it takes him an hour to get to work. So yeah. So anyway, what was I going with that? My medications? Yeah, so I'm not asking him to do more. He does enough for me when he gets home from work. He has to tend to the, you know, me then. So yeah. Okay. I don't even know if I answered that or what I got around to it. So somebody was asking about Big Daddy. Is he going to publish his book? Okay, some of you guys might know something about this, and if you do, don't tell me. Go on the Facebook group page, Llama and Big Daddy, and tell him. I thought there was some way you could self-publish cheaply on Amazon, and even a way they might only print if something is ordered, or I don't know. But anyway, I don't need to know the info because I'm not going to relay it to him. Just tell him on the Facebook page, if it's a Facebook group, if you know anything about that self-publishing a book. He looked something up, but it looked like it was very expensive to do, so I don't know. But anyway, and then also, I think this might have been Christine Walsh. Did you say you wanted to read his book? If so, please tell him on the group if you would like to. He might want to get, you know, about 2 or 3 people to read it. I told him that would be a good idea. So, if you're interested, let him know. Like I said, you know, don't relay it to me. Don't tell me because I'm not going to tell him. I'll forget, and we just talk about so much other stuff. I need to wind me up another color. So that's what I'm doing. And I know you guys probably want to know about my finger. And I'm really just, you know, it's the same. It's no updates. It's not worse. And it's not better. So it's the same. And so thankfully, I'm very thankful it's not worse. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, you know, rest your finger. But resting it means letting blood flow stop. So I got to keep this finger active. I got to keep it going. And, you know, when I'm sleeping, of course, I'm not moving my finger and it turns black. Okay, it turns so dark. And whenever I'm up and I'm using that finger, it, you know, it'll be kind of purpley dark, or, you know, it might be white. But it kind of helps it from being black. In the middle of the night, I wake up and that finger is throbbing so bad. I feel like, oh my gosh, my finger's busted. That's my first thought every time. And I don't know why, because it's not swollen that big. It feels like it's swollen huge, but it's not. I can visibly see that it's not. It's a little puffy, but it's not as huge as it feels. But every time I think, oh my God, my finger's busted, and I get my flashlight and I look at it, and it's just dark as it can be. It'll be a black finger. And it's because no blood's flowing through. So that's why I'm working this finger. I know that it probably, in everybody's mind, and in mine too, it would be like, well, rest your finger, quit using it. That makes sense. I understand that. But that's really not the case. I need blood to flow. So I need to use that finger as much as I can. And I'm just like rounding up some yarn here, okay? Making me a ball. And I'm making these balls because it's I want it to be more random. Like, I know I could just crochet right off with a skein, but then I would stop where I want to stop, and so I would be color controlling, and I'm trying to just make it more random. So I'm just doing these balls. They're not all the same size, and even if they are about the same size, they're not all the same tension, you know, tightness and all. So, yeah. That's what I'm doing right here, is just winding up this ball. I know everybody is sick out there. Like, everybody has colds, and I know a lot of people have had COVID again, but it seems to be milder cases, I believe. I mean, there's probably some serious cases, but I'm talking about the people that I have talked to that have COVID. Seem to have milder cases, but a lot of people have a lot of, you know, health issues going on. So just pray for one another. I appreciate that. Y'all are so sweet in that. And I love that. It just makes me so happy. Y'all really just don't know. Somebody asked me on my doll video if my boys played with my dolls while they were growing up. My dolls were packed up. I just recently was able to get my stuff out after my kids moved out. Now, I did have dolls in my room, my bedroom, and some even maybe in the living room a little bit, but not too much. And that was after they got older. I mean, after they were adults. But as they were growing up, my dolls were packed away in storage. All my little stuff that, you know, I collect and stuff like that was in storage. With Dakota, we lived when Dakota was baby up until about 8 or 9 years old, we lived in 600 square feet. So, tiny house. We barely had room for the three of us, like, really and truly. I couldn't have anything, you know, any kind of hobbies out or anything like that. I mean, Dakota had toys, and we were doing good to have space for that. And then after Elijah was born, let's see, he was walking, he was probably 2 or so when we decided to build on our house. So we built another 600 square feet on. So say if this white square was 600 square feet, we built another 600 square feet beside it, you know, connected there. So we have 1,200 square feet. And still, that's not very much for 4 people, active people with a lot going on in their lives. But, yeah, I didn't get all my stuff out. I did have some stuff on my dresser, my bedroom, my nightstand. You know, I had some things like some rag dolls that I collect that I don't think I've ever shown. They're black rag dolls. I love them. Anytime I'm at a flea market, if I see a black rag doll, I have to get it. I really do. If I have the means, you know, it's not overly priced or anything. Just little black rag dolls. I love those. I've collected those for a long time. And they've always been on my dresser. But I've never shown them. I have lots of dolls that I've never shown. But anyway. So no, my kids did not. I wouldn't have cared if they had. I mean, you know, but they just weren't available to them. But my kids had their own toys anyway. And they played with all kinds of stuff. I mean, I don't think they had any dolls. But stuffed animals and, you know, action figure toys and whatever. They had it all. They had whatever, you know. I love toys. So yeah, I bought them toys. I love all kinds of toys. And I mean, I'd say that I do collect some toys. I can't just collect everything that I want to collect, of course. And then toys and all. And, but if I see a little retro toy or any kind of little cutesy toy, it don't have to be old. I'm not saying just only vintage. I'm talking about today's toys too. If it's, you know, a good little price, not expensive, yeah, I bring it home with me. Because I do love toys too. I just like little cutesy stuff, trinkets, whatnots. But I'd rather have a little cute toy than I would a porcelain something or another, or even a crystal, say a crystal bird or something like that. I'd rather have a toy. That's just me. Oh goodness. Well, I hope your Tuesday is a great day for you. I don't know what day you're watching this or even what day it's going up on my channel, because I don't know, I got behind on uploading, and so I don't even know what day this is coming out, but this is Tuesday video, and I hope your day is great, whatever day you are watching it. It doesn't matter. It's here for your convenience, so you watch when you get a chance. But guys, I'm gonna let you all get going. Love you, love you, love you, and I appreciate you all so very much. I'm probably going to crochet on this for a while this video's uploading. And this video could take a long time to upload. But I will be back in another video. Show you my progress on this and crochet some more. Don't forget to comment in the comment section. Bye friends. It's a beautiful day to crochet.